Okay, so 10th standard students, this video is a continuity of your last video. Okay, so where we already have done. Again I will tell you that we are in the 4th chapter of economics, social science part 2, and we are in the chapter, and the name of the chapter is labor and employment. Okay, what is this labor? We have done through the introduction, meaning, features, and then importance, and then only we have started the structure of labor force in India. The structure of labor force means we will get it know about the size, the gender, the composition, and the workers in registered and unregistered sector. So this video we will be discussing about this occupational or sector composition of workforce. Okay, sectoral. Okay, so occupational or sectoral composition of workforce. What is this? Composition means in which sector how many people are there. Okay. Occupational composition refers to distribution of workers in farming, manufacturing, trade, services, or any kind of professional activities. So what is this occupational or sectoral composition? It is very easy. If the concept comes to your mind, it will be very easy for you also to describe. If the question arises or if the question comes to your exam, that what is this exactly the occupational or sectoral composition of workforce, you will be able to tell. Composition, occupational composition or the sectoral composition of workforce refers to the distribution of workers. Distribution. See, there are some workers who are working in farming. There are some workers who are working in the manufacturing units. Some are there in trade, some are there in services, some are doing the professional activities. Who are the professional activities? These CA means chartered accountant, cost accountant, okay, lawyers. They are known as, they are not doing job, and that is not, they are also giving a service. Doctors, they are in a professional activities. They are professionally sound. Okay, so occupational composition refers to distribution of workers in farming, manufacturing, trade, services, or any kind of professional activities. Next point, the composition of workforce in 2011 means the last census what it happens in India. So the composition of workforce in 2011 shows a larger proportion of workers are engaged in primary sector. What is this primary sector? It is nothing but the farming and the agricultural or cultivative land. Okay, so those who are engaged in cultivation, agricultural or farming work, they are in the primary sector. So the composition of workforce in 2011 shows a larger proportion of workers engaged in primary sector, agriculture and allied activities. Allied activities means that cultivation and your this farming, compared to secondary. Secondary is the industry, and tertiary, that is the service sector in India. So what it is telling about, in very simple language I am telling you that the occupational or sectoral composition of workforce means the distribution of workers. The distribution of workers in several sectors, maybe farming, manufacturing, trade, services, or any kind of professional activities. Now, as per the census of 2011, what India has done last, because again it will be done on 2021 coming year. Okay, so the composition of workforce in 2011 shows a larger proportion of workers are engaged in the primary sector, that is the agricultural, cultivation, farming, this thing, compared to secondary, that is the industry, and the tertiary sector, that is the service industry. Okay, so what it is exactly means, people are more engaged in the primary sector rather than that of the secondary and the tertiary sector, means the industry and services. People are more engaged because India is having more villages than that of the urban areas, and the rural areas, their main occupation is agriculture. That's why India is a agricultural country. Now in the book, page number 132, you will get this one chart, which even I have made it in this notes also, because this is very important. I don't know you all are having the books or not. Here it is given sectoral classification of workers in India in 2011. How it is? They have mentioned the sectors: primary, secondary, tertiary, total. Excuse me. Then residence. Residence means rural and urban. What is the percentage in rural? What is the percentage in urban? Then it is gender, male and female. And then they have made it total. Okay. So as per the graph, you have to go through the graph. It is nothing to describe you all. Only the percentages are there. Only go through the headings, what it is, and then you go through the this one, your gender, you go with the statistical what it is there. You have to check that it is primary sector. In the rural areas how much, in the urban areas how much, secondary and even the male females. All these things you will get it from this chart only. This is a very easy chart. If you go for 5 minutes only, you will be able to understand everything. Okay, so go through the chart first, go with the headings, and then what are the, you don't have to memorize. Okay, these charts has been given only to make you understand that which sector is having more workers than that of the other sectors. What I have told graphically, it has been given here. Okay, so after that, what they are telling, after this graph we can tell one thing, that about half of the working population is cultivators and agricultural laborers. Half of the total population of our country, or people who are working, they are in the agricultural sector, that is the primary sector. Of the remaining, almost equal portion of them is engaged in secondary and tertiary activities. Means suppose 100% of workers are there. Okay, 100% of workers means, we have told as per the 2011 census, we are having 48.2 crore. Out of that, 50% are there in agricultural and farming or allied services in the primary sector, and remaining 50% are there in the service and your secondary, that is the industrial sector. Okay, means, and they are same to same. This is 50, again it is 25, secondary, tertiary is 25. This is the thing here it told, that about half of the working population is cultivators and agricultural laborers. Of the remaining, almost equal portion of them is engaged in secondary and tertiary activities. In the rural areas, agriculture is predominant occupation, and in urban areas, service are predominant. Okay, in the rural areas, agriculture is the main occupation, whereas in the urban areas, means city areas, the secondary or the service sector, that is the service or manufacturing sector, secondary sector, they are predominant. Okay, so you understand, I think, people, that in the rural areas agriculture is predominant occupation, and in urban areas service are predominant. Females are more engaged in primary activities than that of men. Okay, we think of agriculture that only men are being engaged, but lots of people don't know that females are also engaged in agricultural activities. Agricultural activities, it doesn't mean plowing of land only with a tractor. Okay, sowing of the seeds, then harvesting means cutting off your crops, then making it processed so that you can give it to the market. These are the main last three parts. They are being done by the women only, mainly. Okay, so that's why females are more engaged in primary activities than that of men. Okay, in the agricultural sector, females are more engaged. It suggests that there is need for more opportunities outside agriculture. Okay, rural means agriculture. We should not know. We should not tell like means in today's world, because the rural areas. See, this Vijaypura, it comes under Bangalore rural. Okay, but it is a developed place right nowadays. Here we are having not only the opportunities of agriculture. Here many shops are there, service sector is there. Okay, you can get plumber, you can get means there. The service sector is booming here, and even the manufacturing units also, several industries are coming. Okay, so like this only, or people are going to other places also nearby for their job also. Okay, this Chikballapur area, Devanahalli area, these are also under this one rural area, but they are also flourishing with new industries. So it suggests that there is need for more opportunities outside agriculture. Agriculture is of course the primary occupation of the Indians, but we are also flourishing in service and industries, and that is mainly flourishing. Don't think that it is mainly flourishing in the urban areas. It is also flourishing in the rural areas. So opportunities or scope for jobs in these sectors are also being created nowadays. In these two sectors also, female workers are high in primary sector, but in recent years, there has been some improvement in work participation of women in secondary and tertiary sector. Okay, so what it exactly telling that female workers are more in the primary sector, but in the recent time, what it is giving the statistics, that in the secondary and the tertiary sector, there has been some improvement in work participation of women. Means women are also coming or contributing or engaging themselves in the secondary and tertiary sector. So next is the workers in registered and unregistered sectors, which we will be discussing in the next video. So till that time, thank you and have a nice day.